King Koopa is his real name, but what's his real story? Throughout Mario's famous life, Bowser has acted as an unwavering opponent, showing true perseverance by capturing the ever-helpless Peach over and 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 over again. He's as spiky and weird-looking as he is original. This Green Turtle King's life is strange. It begins in a castle where his every need is taken care of, specifically by his servant Kamek. Kamek refers to young Bowser as Master, illustrating the incredible level of wealth Bowser has been born into. What kind of path has this extremely wealthy, extremely spoiled, and extremely neglected child ultimately taken? It's been a messed up one, tainted by acts of mass manipulation and a conquest for power that could only be justified by a true sociopath. He's the Hitler of the Mario universe, yet he's also the reason why Mario has been able to soar to such incredible fame. Mario's vacant personality certainly didn't get him there. No, it was the things Mario did that made him famous. And he owes the opportunity for all of that to the worst of the worst, to the creature who inadvertently built the ladder which Mario climbed these past 30 years, to the king who cared of nothing more than expanding his rule, to the ultra-villain whose story you never knew. Bowser's quest for tyranny begins in the game Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. This game is the first appearance of Baby Bowser, not to be confused with Bowser Jr., who is adult Bowser's son. Just look at this chart. You'll notice that Baby Bowser is just the baby version of Bowser. Pretty simple, eh? Anyway, towards the end of Yoshi's Island, Kamek accidentally wakes Baby Bowser up from a nap while dealing with Yoshi and Baby Mario, which is clearly a lot to deal with. And to make matters worse for the unfortunate servant, his baby master snaps into a fit of rage, beating him into the ground and kicking him into another dimension, basically. Quite the existential punishment for something as mundane as being woken up from a nap. Already at such a young age, Bowser is showing signs of severe narcissism, continuing his rampage by demanding to ride Yoshi, even though Baby Mario is totally already riding him. You're such an entitled little bitch, Baby Bowser! Fortunately, that's no issue for the vacant yet effective Mario, riding Yoshi into glorious combat against his tiny, newly hatched nemesis, ultimately beating him so badly that him and Kamek are forced to retreat to the moon? It really looks like they're going to the moon. An unexpected form of retreat, one that Mario will have to accept for now. Because what happens next? What exactly Bowser does between now and his next appearance is still a mystery. Yet it's the key to knowing one important thing: how Bowser dealt with his first brush with rejection. This information would shed light on a crucial psychological milestone along Bowser's path to becoming a builder of empires and committer of crimes. What we do know is that Baby Bowser's next chronological appearance in the Mario timeline is in the game Yoshi's New Island, which takes place sooner than you'd think. Bowser's shenanigans continue directly after the events of the previous game. Kamek kicks off the story by once again kidnapping baby Luigi. It's after this when, for what can only be assumed as revenge for rejecting Bowser's request for a ride, the Yoshi clan's second home becomes the location of baby Bowser's epic vacation home, thus cornering the Yoshi clan on the market for floating egg-shaped real estate. And so, rather than cut through the red tape of the legal system, the Yoshis decide to wage their battle against Bowser in the only way they know how, with a baby riding and commanding them. At least it's less expensive than lawyers, and arguably more effective. Because the baby dinosaur combo was a resounding success in driving young Bowser from the Yoshi clan's beloved home, partially thanks to this guy's help along the way. Why does Nintendo do this? I don't. Oh, Mr. Pipe is actually Mario from the future. From the future. Mario from the future. What? Actually, at second glance, this isn't that out of nowhere. Because for the final boss battle of this game, future Bowser and Kamek also literally travel back through space and time to intervene in this situation. So why not future Mario then? Why not? And in all seriousness, I'd like to make a side note. So here it is. Throughout Yoshi's New Island, Kamek powers up the Koopa Troop bosses, including Bowser himself. Interesting how Kamek is a constant throughout Bowser's early conquests. He even helps out in some of Bowser's later schemes. We'll get back to this side note soon. For now, keep the following important idea in mind instead. Clearly, the events of Yoshi's new island were important enough for Mario and Bowser to traverse the fabric of space and time to ensure it goes in their favor. One could say then, this is a pivotal moment in the formation of who future Mario and Bowser would be. Imagine if you were either of these two characters for a moment. As an adult, Mario is in the prime of his life, surrounded by family and always in the presence of royalty. He goes on adventures as he pleases and is a kingdom-renowned hero. Bowser, on the other hand, has grown up to be a lonely king whose only pleasure is hoping beyond hope that he'll be able to expand his grip on power. At every step of the way, Mario was there to crush Bowser's dreams, to cast him back into the shadows with his yes-men and mindless drones and depressingly decorated interiors. Like, geez man, hire someone or something! This place is a hazard not only to physical well-being with its flesh-melting lava, but also to mental health. Think of the slump that constantly being surrounded by gray walls and darkness would put you in. And accidentally slipping into a pool of lava and being instantly burned to death could really put a damper on things. But what if Bowser could change all of that? Not the interior decorating thing. But what if this lonely, aging turtle could instantly change his reputation from somewhere between Hitler and Bill Cosby to somewhere between Steven Seagal and Winston Churchill? I don't know, you get what I'm saying. Bowser could change his own destiny by going back to the moment when his cycle of defeat and rage truly began. One might think that moment would be from the first Yoshi's Island game, when Mario and Yoshi first rejected Bowser when he demanded to ride Yoshi. But that wasn't anywhere near the magnitude of a smackdown as the second game's punch to the face. That's when Bowser's first true scheme was thwarted by the red, empty, mustached plumber and his dinosaur troupe. So let's get back to that question. Not the side note, the question. Man, this script is organized. The question, of course, being what Bowser did in the brief time between Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's new island. The answer is obvious. He immediately acknowledges Mario as a rival, like between Gary Oak and Ash Ketchum, and was ready to get the upper hand in a big way. He was ready to, for the first time, flex his power to the maximum with the help of Kamek. The first Yoshi's Island game was just a fistfight. The second was going to be something much bigger. There's something more sinister going on here, however. Yes, Baby Bowser did decide to make Mario and Yoshi his enemy between these two Yoshi's Island games. But who was at his side while this was happening? Well, if you'd kindly look at our side note from earlier, the answer is obviously Kamek. Kamek has been with Baby Bowser throughout all of his attempted conquests. He's balls to the wall when it comes to doing Baby Bowser's bidding. Don't you find that a little strange? Who is this guy? And why is he doing such a terrible job of raising a child? What's his goal here? He's clearly not trying to raise Bowser to become a productive member of society. Kamek really just cares about pleasing his master. But why? Well, we know that Kamek is the closest thing Bowser has to a parent figure, and we know he's not shy about doing dirty work when it needs to be done. So if Kamek is constantly willing to put his life on the line for young Bowser while not even remotely trying to raise Bowser into a happy, well-adjusted turtle, then he's definitely after something besides the rewards of parenthood. This is where Bowser's path towards brokenness and borderline sociopathy begins to make sense. At every turn, Baby Bowser is enabled by this broomstick-straddling yes-man. It's no question why Baby Bowser acts so selfishly from his very first appearance. The poor kid is an orphan. All he's got going for him is his immense wealth, which is cool, but it's no replacement for love. What Baby Bowser really needs is a loving step-parent to guide him away from his negative thought patterns that spawned from his lack of love at an early age. Instead, he got a spineless, yet oddly ballsy Koopa thing that just wants to please him at all costs. Kamek isn't interested in helping Baby Bowser. No, he wants to please Baby Bowser. He wants to make this angry child satisfied so that he can get a piece of his incredible wealth and power. If Kamek disciplines Bowser, then he may be cast out. But if he caters to this young reptile's every selfish whim, then he'll be rewarded as Bowser's right-hand man. Oh yes, Kamek doesn't care about Bowser. He cares about wealth. Is there an easier way to get wealthy than to insert yourself between a lost, helpless child and his inherited empire? Quite the opportunist you are, Kamek. Indeed, this Koopa is the greatest enabler in the Mario universe. Thanks to his greed, Bowser kept his selfish, emotionally volatile behavior all the way into adulthood. But grant, you might say, Bowser would have turned into Turtle Hitler no matter what. Kamek's not the reason Bowser became the bane of the Mushroom Kingdom. If that is something you might say, then prepare your evidence hole for some evidence. Case in point, Super Mario Sunshine. This is a Mario game with full-on voice acting, so you know there's gonna be some juicy character development happening in there. In this GameCube bestseller, Bowser is fully grown, an adult in every way. He even has his child, Bowser Jr. with him. The Turtle Father and Turtle Son talk about some deep shit, with Jr. revealing that he believes Peach to be his mother. Oh snap! And that means Bowser has been feeding his child lies! Oh snap! But wait, at the end of the game, Bowser prepares to tell his son the truth about Peach. But before he can, Bowser Jr. admits he always knew that Peach wasn't his mother. Father Turtle remains silent, suddenly feeling relief when Jr. says, "Someday when I'm bigger, I wanna fight that Mario again." Bowser experiences a genuine "that's my boy" moment, and feels a twinge of happiness. In his emotional state, Bowser says the Royal Koopa line is as strong as ever. Huh, the Royal Koopa line is as strong as ever. Seems like a fitting line for a guy whose parents may as well be dead, if they aren't already. Surely the survival of Bowser's family name is something that weighs heavily on the mind of this profoundly wealthy orphan. What a beautiful moment of clarity. And here's a very interesting tidbit of information from Bowser Jr.'s wiki. Bowser Jr. wants nothing more than to do his father's evil will, and Bowser's rarely seen emotional side is often brought out by his interactions with his son. How fitting that in Bowser Jr.'s very first appearance, we're shown his father's empathetic side. And wouldn't you know it, Kamek is nowhere to be found. That enabling, manipulative, spineless, doing the same thing over and over, yes man, broomstick straddling, cloak wearing fuck! Without Kamek's greedy and self-serving personality in the picture, if only for a single game, Bowser and his son are able to share this moment of unconditional turtle love. In a weird way, Bowser is raising his son to be a better reptilian creature than he ever was. Sure, Bowser Jr. is being taught that obsessive plots to kidnap and destroy are a valid career choice, but he's also being taught all of this in the context of love. Wow. Do you see what you've done, Kamek? Do you see what your relationship with Bowser could have been? Do you see now the turtle love which you have stifled for a generation? Maybe those stupid glasses of yours can help you see what you've done. God, your glasses are so stupid. They're just so stupid! And you're such an asshole. Jeez! Indeed, the path which Bowser took to become a crazed kidnapper of Peach and an unyielding threat to the Mushroom Kingdom was one guided by the greed of Kamek. Kamek, from Bowser's earliest childhood moment, only wanted to get on this rich child's good side so that he may reap the benefits that come along with decades of ass-kissing. Bowser's inherited wealth from the parents he'd never know was a curse in a way. It attracted loveless parasites like Kamek who would enable baby Bowser in his formative years. Enable him by succumbing to Bowser's every whim, validating his ridiculous requests to ride Yoshi while baby Mario was totally already riding him. And he didn't even ask if Yoshi was okay with it. Dinosaurs are people too, little turtle man. But at the present day, despite the decades of emotional neglect bestowed upon Bowser by Kamek, a moment of genuine love is felt by Bowser towards his son. His son who will grow up with a father. His son who will grow up loved. Clearly, Kamek's influence is still strong in recent years, with Kamek aiding the turtle father and turtle son in their schemes. Exactly how Kamek taints them now is a topic for another video, because right now, our only takeaway is to look at Bowser with more compassion and see him as the emotionally abused, incredibly lonely turtle man that he really is. And it's all Kamek's fault. That and whatever killed Bowser's parents. Huh. Could it have been... No! It couldn't be! And that's the story. You never knew. Wow, we're totally not suggesting anything with the end of that video right now. So stay calm, like this video, tell us why you hate me, and watch Luigi the Story You Never Knew. Alright? So many people assuming things all the time. Why would you assume we're gonna release a video on how Kamek murdered Bowser's parents? Just relax. Just watch our video on Luigi right now, or our other Mario type videos. They're in the I button in the upper right. Just do it. Just relax. Why are you still here? Just go. Get on. Okay, bye.